Oh, shit.
No, I should have brought my other phone.
Yeah, come in later. Come on. You make me look at it.
Okay. No, I'm going backward.
You come in, start voting.
You want to set my phone?
Yeah, that would appreciate it.
Like, yo, who's that? You go here. No.
Drop to the floor and then walk away. What was that?
Yo, talking to that one.
Yo, mic check.
You got the echo turned down on that joint, right?
I got the echo turned all the way down. The volume turned all the way up.
Yeah. I'll play with
Why?
Like, did you need it? Like,
Yeah, I do.
She was gonna record her iPhone.
Yeah, this is easier to pull clips from.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we on. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess.
Let me double check real quick. Let's make sure your coffee is good. Let me get some verification that we rolling.
I was thinking this is a real podcast.
Yeah.
We are real podcasting.
Really cool. Oh, you don't want the light on it?
No, I do want it. It's just this little thingy, whatever this is.
All right.
Mhm.
So you're using the back cameras?
Huh?
You're using the back cameras?
Back handles?
Cameras.
Cameras.
Back
Cam-
side.
Are you using
Yes.
the rear?
So doesn't the light need to be on?
You can flip the
Oh, shit. Oh, you're so smart. You know that?
Welcome to the Galactic Disconnect podcast.
Yes.
I'm Galaxy,
I'm T disconnected.
and we're featuring today our homie
Coop.
Coop.
He's been gone for a minute. Where you been at, Coop? Where you been at?
I was living in Israel for a while.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Israel. What brought you to Israel, man?
Yeah, why'd you go?
Why'd you go?
I just immigrated there when I was 21.
Okay. So this is
I
your
left you
second.
all in college.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like junior year. I was like, all right, guys, I'm going on an adventure.
Yeah, you were like that meme of the black guy. Like,
Just fades away.
He fades away.
So why Israel? Like, you could have gone to like
Anywhere, yeah, I know.
where other white
But I
people are.
didn't.
Like,
Went to the place that's really hot and really dry.
So I know it was that whole birthright program thing. Is that
So I did that when I was like 19. That was
break
it was
that down for the people that don't know what that is.
It's like a program. They give you like a free trip to Israel. It's like a week long. You go
Okay.
like travel and everything. It was cool. You know, it was cool.
So
saw
you'd
a lot
already
of
been
stuff
there
and-
prior for that week.
No, in order to do the program, you can't go to Israel. Like have been prior to the country. So
Okay.
So it's reserved for someone who is specifically, or usually Jewish, right? It's a Jewish
it's
thing.
usually Jewish, but you could be Christian. Like a lot of people that were on the program were also Christian and stuff of that nature.
Okay.
So
Okay. Cool.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, so you're back now.
Yeah.
Or how'd you like your time there? Like, what did you do?
Wow, I did a lot of things. Did the army there. Did that for 2 years. Did construction.
Wait, hold on. U.S. Army or
Israeli army.
Israeli
Yeah,
Army?
yeah.
They just let you roll in.
Yeah, they're just like sign these papers.
Really?
Have fun.
Really? Wow.
I
Okay.
had no idea what I was doing. And
So you got military training there? What did they?
yeah. So what my specialty
Are you
was?
allowed to? I don't know.
Yeah, I could say that. I mean, I was like your standard like infantry soldier with a specialization in urban warfare, like door to door, clearing. Did that for 2 years. It was interesting, let's say.
They taught you how to fire a gun and
Yeah,
self-defense training and all that.
How to, do
That's
a lot
dope.
of stuff. Yeah. So I did that. Did that 2 years. Then I went to Thailand for a month. The
Nice.
big after the army trip. Thailand's amazing. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah,
Got stories.
definitely
for
gonna
days.
go. Definitely gonna go.
Thomas, you haven't been to Thailand yet.
I have not, but that is my plan.
You've been to
I
Thailand?
have not been. No. Farthest I've gone is I've been other places, but no, not Thailand yet.
Gorgeous place. Gorgeous
Alright.
place.
But yeah, so now that you're back, Coop, I know before you went, we go way back to Call of Duty. What was the first Call of Duty? Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2?
I think it was Black Ops 2, yeah.
Yeah. So
We
Coop
played it
has
a while
always
ago.
been a Call of Duty gamer. I've been a Call of Duty gamer. Brian used to be a Call of Duty gamer.
That in there, why don't you play it?
After once I could, like, I didn't know which number it was coming out that year, I gave up. Like,
Yeah.
So Black Ops 2 was, I think, was the last one I, like, really played, and that was only for the zombies.
Yeah, and that's
And once-
makes sense.
And once I was like, they could just put zombies in a different disc for me, and I would be good.
yeah, right. And
I
that's,
was like,
I've never understood why Call of Duty did not make a whole complete zombie standalone game.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to happen.
they should have, could have. They should have, could have. They still can, I guess, but how is it going to compare to the other, like, zombie shooters that have dove into the whole, like, how is that going to compare to Dying Light?
So you remember the zombies? They had what was it? Richtofen and
Oh, wow.
Maxis.
Yeah.
They had.
You got one. Was I remember the
There was a-
countries.
I
Do
remember
we
the
want to
countries,
look?
and
Do we want to
that's it.
cheat and look them up? Because I'll remember it as soon as. What was the Tanaka? Was that the Japanese one's name, or is that just me
Ooh.
racist throwing out a random Japanese name?
feel like
It's
that's
gonna
a
be
map.
close.
I don't want to say that's a map, but I feel like that's one of the Japanese
But they
maps.
had a story in it. Like it was a pretty good
Oh, yeah.
story of like the whole time travel and they like did a whole thing. I don't understand why they didn't just really run with
was-
that concept.
It was Richtofen, Dempsey, Belinsky, and Masaki. So the name was Takeo. So I was
Takeo. Yeah, you were pretty close.
slightly close.
there.
I had some letters.
Yeah.
So
They both started with a T.
They were the original Black Ops. Was it Black Ops the first zombie game too?
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, that was. So they were the original Black
Actually,
Ops
no,
guys.
it was which one? World at War.
World at War. Because they had the first map. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's a throwback.
Yeah, it was World at War, then Black Ops.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, for me it was just there was too many Call of Duties, and their mechanics just. I mean, they tried to do, but coming out with a game every year, it's like couldn't validate for me.
No, for sure.
So earlier, me and Alex, we were talking about like the rise and fall of Call of Duty. And one of the things we did point out was I think a major part of it was that every year they just copy and paste a new Call of Duty that's not very new.
Yeah, it's almost like Call of Duty inflation. Like they make each one less less relevant the more comes out.
Yeah.
They weren't more important. It was less. It's like, oh, it's Call of Duty 7 this year. It's like, how's it different from 6? It's not.
You can slide
You can-
instead
you
of
can-
dive.
Slide, jump now,
Yeah.
boost packs, exo suits. They which one was I think in 3 they went for the Destiny thing. They started doing supers.
Oh yeah.
They had the
Yeah.
characters that had supers, different abilities like clones and the one-shot pistols and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they were
were
trying
going
to
for
innovate, kind of, but not enough for it to be.
I think the moment that I realized that I didn't like Call of Duty anymore, even I've been a diehard fan. I think the moment was when there's like a YouTube video of where they copied and pasted the cutscene from Ghost, right? It's like a cutscene where they're dragging the guy and all that stuff, and then the other cutscene on like the newer Call of Duty, like the 4th generation above it,
Yeah.
it's the same like
Exact
animatronics,
cutscene.
everything. They just changed the the colors and like the
Change
area
the skin.
and everything. And, yeah, it changed the skin.
It's literally just a copy and paste game.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, and before, I mean, which one? So they tried to get off on like having some controversial scenes, like the whole like airplane shooting mission was kind of wild.
Oh yeah, but that was years later when they brought that. I mean, are you talking about Modern Warfare when you start off in the
airport?
Yeah, and you like don't know what's going on, but you're just with a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking dudes and you just mow down people in the airport. It was like, so they were trying to go for like, what's up?
Do y'all like Battlefield?
Oh,
we like Battlefield?
somebody in the chat. Do we Battlefield? Anybody?
he played it.
I like Battlefield.
Yeah.
I don't like Battlefield 2042.
2040.
Yeah,
Which one
that
was?
That's the new one.
That was a new
the
one. Okay.
half-baked one where it's like right now there's like no one playing it. So like,
Yeah, they actually have it free.
Yeah.
Game of the month right now, I think on PlayStation. So to me, that just shows that
It's struggling.
it's terrible. Yeah. I wasn't into it. I honestly don't even like the new large Call of Duty maps. the big Warzone map.
Really?
Yeah.
about
Everyone snipes.
I like Bad Company. Battlefield Bad Company because the characters in there were really fun. They were. I mean, I feel like that. You remember them? They was. I don't remember their team designation, but the shit that they pulled, it was like a movie. It was actually the funnest like military shooting story I've ever played, and it was funny. Right?
I agree.
Yeah. So Bad Company 2 would be the best Battlefield I can think of.
Yeah, I don't think I played that one either.
But I gotta say, I played it on 360. Like, I think it was the first Bad Company. And it would always crash my 360. Give me the three red rings.
Really?
After the second time, I was just like, maybe it's the game. Maybe it's there's something there.
Jesus, yeah. I'm so glad it doesn't happen to consoles that much anymore.
No,
That's just crazy. 3 rings of death.
Yeah,
some kids.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that happening now?
Yeah.
Wrap it in the
towel,
and then stick it somewhere.
You'd have to do like rituals to get the thing back.
Yeah, people were literally putting their Xbox in the oven and baking it to resolder the motherboard.
Yeah.
Like, it was really.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
no.
It's true.
I appreciate though having a loud black mom who.
What are you doing? Why you need my oven?
When I got my Xbox, when I got the red ring, she called up Microsoft and cursed that person out. So she got me a new Xbox set. That one red ring, cursed him out again. Got me another Xbox.
No, not having it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
But I was not a Battlefield person. But you said that was your favorite war game? Battlefield?
Story wise,
No,
I can't
story-wise,
think of another one that was as fun. Like maybe like Army of Two.
I was gonna say Army of Two was like one of those.
I think I played Army of 2 once.
Yeah.
I don't remember that much.
Me and my buddy Vance back in the first one came out on like PS2
No, it was a 360 game.
or 360. Well, that means it was still a PS2, right?
No, PS3, 360.
Okay. Well, we played the Army of Two 1, and it was a really fun story. That one would be my next best, and the mechanics were really cool. Like literally just 2 people, and they had good AI and all that. Army of 2 was up there.
I really liked that. That was back then, couch co-ops. While that was still kind of a thing, that was like one of the good couch co-op games. And then you would play, and they would have parts where you'd separate, and y'all would both you'd be on the bottom level killing everybody while they're going up the mountain. Killing everybody up there, and then y'all meet in the middle again. Fuck everybody up.
Yeah, for the boss fight. No, that had some really good mechanics. They did really good. That was just a good solid game. Army of Two. Get a friend, play that shit. It was good.
And then it was like you would be up on the ledge, and you'd see a whole bunch of people coming to the guy at the bottom. So you'd have to mow down the people there, and he's down there fighting the people. It was a really good co-op game. Yeah, back in the day,
it was solid. It was solid as fuck. Yeah, that might be my number one actually. Now think about it, just because that was so good mechanically.
Yeah. What about you, Coop? What was your number one war game?
Number one war game. Oof.
That's hard, right?
It's okay to say Call of Duty, even though
I can't say Call of Duty, man. It's too cookie cutter.
Story wise, best story.
Wow, story wise.
Oof. You need a list? We could pull up a list real quick. There's a lot of them.
I played a lot in my day, man.
Let's see.
I'd say most unique was Shell Shock. I don't know if you guys ever played Shell Shock.
No, what's Shell Shock?
It's Vietnam, and it's like Vietnam zombies. This is like before Call of Duty Zombies and everything, or maybe it was around the time of Call of Duty Zombies. But it's like the story was like you're alone in Vietnam, and like everyone turned into zombies, and you gotta fight your way to I never beat it, so I don't know the ending. But I got to the point where you're in the temple, and it was pretty cool. It was scary. It wasn't
Are you sure it's called Shell Shock? I don't even see that on this list.
Shell Shock. No, it was like a.
Well, it doesn't sound like a war. It sounds like more of
a zombie.
A zombie game.
More a zombie with the time period of the Vietnam War.
Okay.
So, I'll throw out Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein was a shit.
Was bad.
Hey, Wolfenstein New World Order, or what was that? PS4? Was it PS4?
Yeah, PS4.
It had before.
That beginning scene where it was like you got to pick the
old guy,
or the young guy.
I still have flashbacks from that one because I still feel bad. I want to pick the young guy, and it's like
most people probably did, right? Yeah. I feel like that was the right option.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. I feel like
he was like the new guy in the military, and it was the old experienced guy. Which one are you gonna pick? It was like, well, he's lived his life. You didn't live your life.
Yeah.
From a tactical standpoint, the older guy would have been the better choice.
But I think even in that kind of situation, you're commanding whoever would be the one who's like, yo, I'm responsible for all y'all. Yeah. If anyone should go, I should go type thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Then it was like at the end you had to fight the dude that you didn't pick
because they like resurrected him or something.
They like took his brain and made him into a robot, and he was like
That was good. That was a good game. That was good
yeah.
storytelling. You were a little like ragtag group of gorillas fighting against Nazis. Yeah, that was solid. Gears of War. Are we gonna count that as a? I mean, I typed up war games. It's literally a war game.
I mean, yeah, it's the Gears of War.
But do we count that as a war game in like how we're talking?
I don't think it's a tradition. I mean, it's not like. I do like games that are segments of actual wars.
Yes.
Like, that's why I do like the Call of Duty series. You're like, okay, I'm in...
a literal battlefield.
I'm in, like, Vietnam doing that. Or, you know... even though they make their own little twist on it, it's still kind of historically based. But speaking of that, we were talking about Vanguard earlier. I never played Call of Duty Vanguard. Have you played it?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never.
You should keep it that way. It's not. It's not worth it.
So we were just talking about new age politics and how that's kind of like affecting games, especially identity politics. Mm-hmm. So like now they're including all the women in war and the just things like that. Just haven't traditionally been a thing. Do you think it's right that there's like kind of trying to rewrite history in this kind of way in video games? What are your views on that? What game is
doing women of war?
Like no, as in like if
Vanguard.
You're in Vanguard, for instance,
like the World War II Battlefield one that came out before 2042, they like redid everything. Like
so, then they had women fighting.
They had like women fighting instead of like the traditional history of what happened during World War II. It's
or it was
that's wild. I guess anybody can like write their own story and throw their own characters in it, but that's why. I mean, historically, it's not accurate, and somebody will have to confirm that for whoever.
But I kind of think I think that's
generation.
Like, we actually didn't let women fight in wars. Even kind of recently, they're kind of just now, right? Is that right? Yeah.
I just think
you can get it listed. Don't look at me like that.
It's just sad though because a lot of kids, we want to say that someone's going to sit there and tell them that the actual history behind things, but kids don't learn nothing. Like their education is these video games sometimes.
Kids just grow up with Roblox.
Yeah. In America at least, like Call of Duty is going to be the closest thing to a history that they're going to like learn.
That'd be bad.
You ever seen the videos on YouTube of people going to like Times Square and asking like simple questions like, "What are the countries in North America?" And they're like, "America, China, Europe," and I'm like, "Oh no,
oh man,
oh no."
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, this is the future.
Not knowing what's in North America is wild.
Yeah, we're gonna get obliterated.
These are the people that are gonna be taking care of us when we're old. Like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. Jesus. Yeah, the whole. I mean, we know. Like public schooling over here is like rough. Yeah, but it's also like kids don't give a crap. So it's like, how do you? I don't know. We want to even talk about how to fix that, but it's bad. I don't know. It's like I don't even think I could point out most Asian countries, but I know what's in North America personally.
Yeah. Right? No, that's like, Canada, Mexico.
Yeah.
You got
it's not
that hard.
It gets south, it gets a little rocky. But
I mean, if you're talking about Caribbean islands, I'm lost.
Yeah.
Bahamas,
Jamaica. No one needs to know everything.
Yeah, but in your own area,
you should have some general knowledge of stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I know you had some topics, Brian. What are some of the other topics you wanted to talk about today?
We got a guest on. Do you know anime?
No, nothing.
He is a gamer.
I know.
Okay, well, let's stick with the gaming
first
topics.
generation of Pokemon. That's it.
Respect. All right.
That's all I remember.
E3 2023 has officially been canceled. It started with a lot of companies, the smaller companies pulling out, then the big ones dropped, PlayStation, Microsoft, and now everybody's out, and they just straight up canceled it.
I mean, do people do E3? I thought Microsoft's been out of it for like the past few years, right?
I mean, before 2020. Yeah, they've been before the pandemic. A lot of people went. It was a big event.
No, I think even before the pandemic, there were some companies that already were dropping out because they have their own expos.
That's true.
So now Nintendo has their own Direct.
Yeah.
Right? Sony has their own. E3 was kind of like they would restate the things they already stated at their own Directs. Maybe a new trailer, a new teaser, but
That's just companies having to do extra work for a video to show when they could just do it on their own. Yeah.
I think a lot of those expos just don't hold the same weight because the internet, you just kind of release your content on the internet and everyone sees your trailer.
Definitely.
Why am I going to now spend another $500,000, millions of dollars?
Yeah, get a booth table, got to send the employees to go and all that stuff. You ever been to a gaming convention?
No. You guys?
Yeah. So when I was a store manager at GameStop, all the store managers got sent out to their gaming thing, and they gave you all free consoles and stuff. So those companies shell out a lot of money to push their product. But it's just, I still don't. If I'm a company now, and the internet is just like advertising.
Yeah.
I would rather funnel that money into the internet.
Yeah. Post on Twitter every day instead of a couple million for one a day and hope people see you and buy something.
To give all the store managers a free Xbox. I'd rather just funnel all that money.
Better marketing. Yeah, absolutely. I went to one in North Carolina. Epic Games had their own little convention for indie games. That was back. Me and my buddy Cam went there when we were on our little indie game project, and that was cool. I mean, it was right there at Epic's headquarters, so a bunch of companies came and they showed off what was back then new VR tech, which is now relevant VR tech. Which I mean, by then it was mind blowing to see.
Yeah,
what
it's 2013 probably.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, I think it was 14.
The Kinect and all that stuff?
No,
Or not,
it was like Oculus style VR, and it wasn't officially Oculus because they just had the technology itself. So they had the headset and the hand controllers and stuff like that.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so that was cool and it was fun. But other than that, I hadn't been to any gaming convention, so yeah, it's not super relevant to me either that those stopped going. You're right. Everybody has their own deal going on and advertising the internet. Because I get on IGN. Do you ever get on IGN's website? I see them.
Yeah. So I go on there all the time. And they'll just post Nintendo Direct. Here's all the games that have this in it. Here's all the important stuff that you need.
Summarize it for you. Yeah, you can go exactly to what you want instead of having to worry about
sitting at a convention for 4 hours just to hear the one announcement that you want to hear. Yeah.
Way better use of people's time.
So I'm glad. I think it was going to happen eventually, and it's just now's the time. We're probably going to start seeing a lot more of that.
Definitely. So let's go to gaming events in general. Have you been to any gaming tournaments in person? No,
never.
Do people do anything in person?
That's what I'm wondering. Before the pandemic, there was Xanadu out in Baltimore, and that was the first literal grassroots, I want to say Baltimore dudes playing Smash, hosting fighting games.
They have that other place out in I think Laurel. What's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's another gaming it's some I can't remember.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll get it. But they also just let you go in and play video games. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about doing a tournament hosting thing around here just to make it an event. You know what I mean? Having gamers come together and do tournaments, just like how people watch football, right? You could do the same thing. So I'm is that losing relevancy? Yeah. What's going on? You good? Moral support?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish we did bring back couch co-ops. Just gaming. That's one thing I really say I still love about Nintendo is Nintendo makes sure that
it's in there.
It's in there. You're
games.
Never gonna first off, their online network sucks. Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart, no one plays those online. No. It's the only couch co-op console. Yeah. What about you? What do you think, Coop, about the future of gaming events?
Wow, that's a big question, honestly.
Yeah.
I never actually thought about it. The last time I heard about a gaming championship tournament, let's say, was the one in Baltimore with the when it was Madden, I think 2019.
Really?
And there was like the huge fight and everything because like one kid beat him and he took it too seriously, so he came back and tried fighting. That was the last time I heard about that one.
I actually remember that.
You remember that one?
I remember seeing that on YouTube or something.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
It was over.
He was like a sore loser. He
Came back. It was over. Yeah.
Like, all right, whoa.
Was it Madden? It was Madden or 2K? It was some
Madden.
sports game.
I know when I was working at GameStop, it was very. We would have our midnight launches.
And then y'all host of tournaments there, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes. So those were super dope because hell a lot of people would come through. Can you imagine there's a whole market of people that now like don't have anyone?
I'll be right
for
back.
that?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you gotta figure out what's going on in his kitchen. All right. More support. You got any questions for us? What you working with? Is anybody else hot?
A little warm, but
You think opening the window would cause too much noise?
maybe it's pretty windy right now.
We'll be chilling.
Okay, what was the question that I asked on Instagram? Can you pull it up? What did I ask on Instagram?
Yeah, I got you. Let me switch over to the Galactic Disconnect. Any questions for us? Throw it in the chat. Let's see what we got going on. I'm the only one in the chat right now, but nobody else needs to know that. For real. So you asked reasons why anime is better than American cartoons.
Why are American cartoons
Just flip
or
it.
anime better than American cartoons?
Oh, it's the plot. I mean, seriously, it's literally like American cartoons. We don't have any serious topics.
What? I don't think that's
I
true.
think it is all mindless, stupid.
Really?
Cartoons, comics and stuff are the only thing that have stories. But if I'm talking about, like, let's say, Flapjack. We're talking about
okay, so so you got
Real Adventure of Gumball.
Okay, let's get a real cartoon. Okay, Teen Titans.
Okay,
Which one?
not any
The
Original Teen Titans.
but that's not where we're at anymore.
It's an American show.
But that was early 2000s.
Okay. Steven Universe. You didn't watch Steven Universe.
I saw some of it.
Steven Universe is epic.
I mean, I guess it's a lot of politics in cartoons.
I don't know. What do you mean politics?
What about
They're rocks.
What about Rick and Morty?
Rick and
I
Morty?
mean, they got a deep like, you know,
Rick and
besides
Morty.
the comedy, they got
Okay,
a deep,
okay.
you know, backing.
But I'm talking
We
about
got
like
some solid ones.
anime has the good friendship growth plots.
We got the Simpsons.
The power of friendship.
Simpsons have been 34 years.
You know, I don't think anything has done what The Simpsons has done when it comes to predicting future events. I don't know how the fuck they work that into their seasons, but they're unmatched when it comes to that shit. That's wild.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I just think overall anime just has better plots. They just have really good.
Anime has the best plot to you.
That's wild. I
That's
think we
wild.
gotta go. I mean, would it be Gurren?
I mean, that would be my favorite story. I really like Code Geass.
Cookie Geass is dope.
Yeah.
They went through a lot of that. That's not anything specific. I don't remember all the plot of Code Geass. I watched
Code
half of it.
Geass. So you know Code Geass. They had the guy Lelouch. He got the ability to mind control people, but his ability was limited. He had to look at them directly in the eye. They had to be able to see his eyes.
Okay.
And he could only mind control people one time, right? And then he was like, and he could tell them one command, and then after that, he could never tell them anything else again. And he could never use it on the same person twice. It was just how he took over the world using that ability.
Clever.
And then made the world a better place.
Wow. Yeah.
It was very mix of Death Note and Gundam and like just everything. Kind of like how Light had the Death Note.
Death Note, yeah. So that was, I mean, Death Note, still a fan favorite out there.
You don't watch anime, so what video game you feel like has the best storyline?
Storyline? Ooh.
Yeah.
In
wow.
general.
There's so many.
Storyline. There's a lot. Best storyline. Grand Theft Auto 5, I'd say.
Damn, that's a throwback.
Yeah, we were just talking about that last
We talked
time.
about that on the last
I
episode,
would
Grand
say
Theft Auto
that
5.
That one's pretty good.
Mhm.
I liked Red Red. I feel like all Rockstar
Rockstar
stories
pops off.
in general
Yeah.
are very good.
Rockstar and Naughty Dog, man. Those are like the
Yeah, the goats.
the goats when it comes to
Yes.
plots.
Yeah.
Video game story. Halo's up there just because it was one of the first.
Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Those
Anything
those
after
were-
that is garbage.
it starts. Yeah, they start falling off. Gears of War has to be up there. I think they just action wise, the characters, and
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any character beats Coltrane. Like just in terms of how hype of an entrance you can fucking get. Like he was the man. Shoot, what else?
So what? Looking at video games, old school, GoldenEye was like the start of what we think of as
Like
like
multiplayer.
shooters.
Mhm.
GoldenEye, like N64 was that. It was original Doom. Yeah. Do you feel like we've grown a lot from that, or like I don't know? I feel like the battle royale genre is it really has been copy and paste with shooters. I want to see more innovation.
Diversity.
More innovation. With
I like to see a new Animal Crossing. Like,
The first one did mad numbers. It's coming. I don't know what the
on the
heck they're gonna do.
GameCube, Animal Crossing. I used to
Yeah.
live at my friend's
People
house.
like about Animal Crossing.
What was it? New
I
World.
hate Animal Crossing. I hate it.
The simplicity of smashing the cockroaches when I haven't played for so long and my house got infested. Simplicity.
Yeah. Animal Crossing is
Fucking
up there.
hate Animal Crossing.
What?
Yeah.
We can't be friends
Um,
anymore.
Hold on, we were on the topic of shooters. So I had a good one for this. I think the attention span that people have for the fast kill, like the short kill timer games, has gone down. Like me personally, the one thing that drew me away from Call of Duty and towards more like Halo, Destiny style gameplay was I wouldn't get dropped in literally a millisecond when somebody caught me off guard. I had
Yeah.
a chance to like fight back, at least, right? Like
Yeah, no, that's why Halo having the overshield and like actually having a fighting chance against someone.
Like
Yeah.
when Juggernaut was like in Call of Duty, I think 4 and in Modern Warfare, whatever that perk was in, it was most used for a reason. Like I get a chance to fight back is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like though that concept only really makes sense when you have things like shields and
Yeah.
boosts and all this other
Yeah, no, I
stuff.
feel that. Yeah.
And so going back to shorter kill timers, like when we got blasted in Fortnite, like that wasn't cool.
Yeah, that's not
Like,
fun.
Even though they had the exotic weapon and maybe their game was on point or something.
Nope.
Right?
Bullshit. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's like every other person takes like 30 seconds to kill and they could just one shot me. Like, no, that's not cool. So
Yeah.
I don't think today's attention span, nobody's going to like to, like, I have to invest all this in surviving and then 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's gone. I don't think so.
I feel like a lot of it's going to move towards pay to play. Yeah, or like pay to win.
Pay to win. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Pay to win.
You don't think? Cash outs?
No, people hate that shit.
People hate it, but
Nobody likes that shit.
What was it in not DMZ? What's it called? Warzone. It was like in order to win, you had to pay the $20 to get the full black suit where you can hide in the shadows, and people were paying $20, and I used to get smoked because I'd run the corner. I'm like, where did he go? And he's
Yeah, they-
were laid in the corner.
but then they put the new suit in with the neon like red and green stripes
I
on
don't
it.
know about
Yeah.
that.
Like
That's
if,
smart.
in the game now, it was like a thing, and everyone was really mad
Yeah.
that they made those black skins, like the full black suit skin, because everyone hid in the shadows.
It was
Oh,
the
it got
only
me.
game.
It got me on some of the
Yeah,
dumbest
yeah.
points. Yeah.
So now when they release Warzone 2.0, they released the same skin, but they put neon stripes of green
All
I
right,
can
good.
see it.
down the middle and sides. So,
Feedback's
Yes.
important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
listen.
Like, if they listen to it, it's so good when companies listen to people. 'Cause
Yeah.
then they can actually fix stuff like that. Like that's good.
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, what else can shooters become other than shooters?
Well, that's why I was thinking, again, Destiny, as we talked about, I felt like that was a really good direction for shooters. Going and now, because, again, we all play Team Deathmatch, Domination, like
Classics.
the standard modes that haven't changed for the past 10, 15 years.
Nope.
The newest iteration to that was the Warzone type Battle Royale gaming, and now everything is copy and paste that.
Everything's battle royale.
Yeah, and it's annoying. I want a diversity. I want character customization. Or if I'm not having any of that, I want a very solid story where I'm following somebody else's footsteps and playing their experience, being like playing a Wolfenstein or campaign or something. But Destiny was a good balance of I got my character customization. I got to make a unique individual character, still do raids, still have that multiplayer experience, that PvE experience.
Yep.
And then when I wanted to do PvP, I still had that
You hop right in.
PvP experience.
It's hard to beat if it's not like a space RPG style like game.
But that's the only one. That's my issue. That's the only one that's kind of entered that genre yet.
Yeah.
And it was then Activision fucked it all up by buying Bungie and then doing microtransactions.
Everybody was afraid when Activision bought Bungie.
And what the shit
happened?
And what the shit? And then now Bungie's autonomous now, but
can they bring it back?
Can they get that fan base back? No.
I feel like
Never.
Yeah, I feel like having more variety in game modes is a good point. Like, give us something where we can have our customization, get our weapons, and have like more than just standard team deathmatch style. Like, think about the battle royale is part of it is you run around surviving, you scavenge for whatever, and then when you get that fight, it's adrenaline rush. Like, we need to win this fight because we spent this time getting all this gear. Then afterwards, like, all right, now let's loot, let's scavenge, let's get to the next fight.
Yeah.
And that's like it staggers your adrenaline rush. While like in team deathmatch in Call of Duty, it's like, are you gonna be at 100 for 10 minutes straight? Like, that's hard. That's exhausting.
Yeah, I just see that gaming is going down such a weird path. Like, the gaming we've known traditionally, it's fading. Phone games are picking up, as you know.
Yeah.
Console games are kind of tanking. Graphics, everyone's a graphics whore now. So the only way to keep up with the demand is to have these super huge companies with thousands of employees to make one game. So now indie companies just can't even like compete these startup companies.
Yeah, there's niches, but for them, there's some big ones that have gotten something, but it's usually if you create an indie game to get a job at a big company, and you're investing your time into that.
The only console that was really allowing the indies to prosper was like the Switch,
Yeah.
The Switch is like the indies great, but
That and Steam, every indie game most, like the whole, I think one indie game that's blossomed into its whole thing of Five Nights at Freddy. Like, have you heard about that one? It's like a horror game, animatronic horror game, has literally become like its own.
Damn, we're in 2013 right now, 2014.
It's a throwback, but that's one of those where it's like literally came out of nowhere, like on Newgrounds.
Is it really?
Kids love it.
I think if we're gonna talk about indie more relevant, I would say more Among Us.
Among Us, that's another one. Yeah, Among Us, and then Fall Guys too.
Yeah, Fall Guys.
Like, so there's some little ones that come in and they were like really like arcadey, like.
It's just I don't think the younger generation, like you said, instant gratification, they don't have the attention span to sit there and play a game from start to finish.
Like one of them long RPGs.
Phone games are the quick.
Yeah.
You're done.
If you're busy, it's good to just I'm doing something. And
so, where do you see gaming heading in the future?
Phone games. Just a lot of phone games.
I feel that there's a lot of those, especially as phones get more powerful and you can have bigger. But I feel like, so what you were saying, like immersion is important if you actually want to hold people for long periods of time. And I feel like that's when like VR is going to start to get more relevant. Like, after this generation of consoles, it's gonna be VR.
I agree. I think that gaming is either going to plateau where it's at, or it is plateauing. It's like right here. We're not going to see much growth. There has to be a major shift in style of gaming or just going to go to phones. Like, if gaming wants to continue to grow, we're going to have to adopt a new thing to get everyone reinvigorated back into gaming.
Yeah,
but holding a controller and playing the same Madden you've been playing for 15, 20 years, the same 2K, the same Call of Duty, people are getting over it. We need that new level of immersion.
Yeah. And I feel like in-person events, now that the pandemic, especially now that the pandemic's over, people can actually like gather together now. Like the fighting game community, I saw this especially in the fighting game communities. Like, tournaments were huge. People got to get together, see their favorite like fighting gamers, get hype over fucking fights. Like, watching Dragon Ball Fighter Z tournaments was so hyped because anytime fucking Cell got in and did his intro, the whole crowd just it was amazing. So I think that coming back would be huge, and for that you need hype games to like bring people together. So I think in person, like I don't think gaming spread out a lot with the whole online thing. I feel like the best thing for gaming is bringing it back, having more like esports events where people will rent out stadiums to have a tournament and for people to all play the games together. Like I feel like that is important for the future if games are going to survive.
Yeah. I remember when you guys used to have the Dragon Ball Z tournaments or the Naruto tournaments in the, what was it, at ASCC in that little like
We would
cut in the cafeteria, the lunchroom. And everyone would just be screaming. And they're like, what are these people doing? Like drugs or something? And you just see like there's a TV and like we had like Brandon at the time.
Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, I will bash people up with some Neji. Because Neji was so broken in that game.
Yeah. Fucking,
he would steal your chakra.
So you couldn't do shit.
And you couldn't do nothing.
You try to roll up, just 64 palms.
Yeah, and his combo went on forever.
Those were the funnest times. The funnest times for gaming when you come to an event and just show off that you can just wreck anybody.
Yeah, but the new gen doesn't show up to anything. They sit
and I feel like that's because it hasn't been there. You know, it's like literally because the opportunity, especially in the past 2 years, right?
No, I got to remember that is that 2 years to an 18-year-old, there's so much.
Feels like their whole life.
That's like, like imagine spending like 16, 17, 18 in the house.
I don't want that. That's terrifying.
Or 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, not
in the house.
Not being able to go to school and like really see your friends.
Yeah, that's going to have a traumatic effect on people. Like your social skills, your everything. That's a crucial time in your life. Yeah, the kids didn't go to their prom. Didn't go. There were kids who were playing sports like football and stuff like that, hoping those scholarships would take them places.
Yeah.
And now you just can't. You got 2 years of not playing the sport.
Yeah. I mean, same thing for college age kids, right? Imagine being in your senior year and freaking COVID hits. I mean,
or being in your senior year thinking that this is my time to shine, to start on the bench or get off the bench and start.
Yeah, going from varsity to like
on the varsity team, and bam, now you're SOL. No one can scout you.
Yeah. So just like how I think for sports that had to like slowly, gradually come back up. For gaming, it's slower because gamers by nature is like more introvert and you can do it at home. But as that comes together, like we need to see more Xanadu's popping up. We need to see more like whatever it is in lore. We need to see more like not just places like whatever it was at the mall that would just like
have video games you can pay to go in there and
sit there. No, it needs to be an event. You need to be there to do something. We need to go there and see friends and have fun, and like it needs to be social, right? Not sitting there, everybody has their own booth with their headphones on. Like I can do that at home.
I agree. It's just crazy. I would think that COVID would have made gaming better.
It didn't.
No.
Because gaming, number one, all consoles were sold out all COVID. If anybody noticed, if you went to any store, you could not buy a Switch, you could not buy anything. No,
everything.
And it was the microchip shortage, but it was also just because gaming sales went up drastically. But game development did not go up drastically. A lot of products were actually canceled. And it's like, no, why? Y'all could have done telework. Y'all could have all done these game developing telework.
Listen, working. I have a purview into this. Like,
let me hear it. Yes,
working in that field, right? So, just like when you make a movie, right? You think like you can shoot the scenes different places. It's like if you have two actors acting out a scene and they're not in the same room, you're gonna feel that in the actual interaction, and that's kind of how those games are being made. Right, and those games have a limited amount of funding and shelf life. So when stuff like that staggers progress, it staggers the progress, and that caused a lot of them to cancel. Some people didn't want to work in games anymore; they want to go make their own, right? Because working at a big company, hitting deadlines, freaking sucks.
Right? I can see that part, but for other companies to find a way, because this again that issue you're talking about isn't exclusive to gaming. That's exclusive to everything.
Yep.
And you saw other companies finding new innovative ways to circumvene that and work with that. Gaming had more money than ever before during the pandemic, and they didn't find a way to fix that issue.
Yep.
Now we're getting the post-pandemic games because again nothing's really come out substantial in the past
super huge
the past 2 years or past year.
I mean, it was a good time for indies. Indies flourished among us. Fall Guys, I mean, those
Those were pre-pandemic games though.
really Fall
Yeah.
Guys
Yeah,
came
Fall
out?
Guys was 2018.
Damn.
I think
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
2018.
Among Us
Wow.
was pre-pandemic, so I'm like nothing really was developed
Yeah.
like that during pandemic time,
Not
and now that
really.
we're post-pandemic, we're not getting any of the games because nothing was developed like
Yeah.
that during those times.
Yeah. Having to move over to work from home setups.
Yeah, what was that pirate game they were talking about where there was a ship and then you can like shoot cannons and like build your own pirate ship?
From
I mean,
Ubisoft.
that's not Sea of
Yeah,
Thieves.
like Bones and
It's
and
Skull and Bones. Yeah,
like
but you can't leave the ship. I heard that.
Yeah.
Like you know,
That's
if you want to like raid the
why-
other ship or something, like go on there and like sword fight
Yeah,
or
you
like
can't.
pistol fight.
Yeah, you have to.
No, it's just cannons.
yeah.
That's it.
We're in
But
20.
but even that game was pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We are now 5 years later. Like, come on,
Yeah, it-
Dead Island. That was like or Dead.
Dying too.
That
Yeah.
Island too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's been like 8 years in the making. Like, where are all these games?
I think the game that got canceled that I was the most like disappointed about was the game. I forgot which. I think it was Resident Evil or Silent Hill, where they came out with PT.
Oh yeah,
Evan was supposed to
Silent
be
Hill.
Silent Hill, Evan, and they just canceled it. They're like, no, we're not doing this.
Hideo Kojima was gonna do,
He was mad about that shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming out. He's making one.
He is now.
Yeah. Yeah, he was funny. He said, "I'm releasing it for free, the demo one for free before anybody takes it down." And then he went in production for himself. So
Yeah.
props to him.
Norman Reedus was gonna be in it. Yeah, it was gonna be a whole
I
thing.
think he
Yeah.
still. I mean, I don't want to look at it right now. I think he still is. They're trying to make it work. They're trying to make that happen because it was that demo was
People
the
still
hypest
play
game
it.
of the year.
They ported it to VR.
Really? So that's
Oh, no.
crazy.
Yeah.
So that for horror, VR is gonna go
That,
crazy.
I think horror is the peak VR for any.
just the sounds and looking around.
Outlast. You all ever played Outlast?
Yeah, oh, that's 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
those are
first
fun.
one, that got my heart racing.
Yeah.
Like you have nothing to fight back. You just have a camera. And
Nope.
you got like
You gotta snap and run
So-
away.
yeah.
That's all you got.
So I didn't get the PSVR 2 yet, but everybody, number one, they're saying that's one of the best VRs you can buy right now.
Mhm.
PSVR 2. Graphically, it's like one of the best ones out. It has like a 4K resolution for VR. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get one of those, but I did play the PSVR 1, which sucked. But I played all the Resident Evil. The biohazard in it, terrifying. VR for horror games, the best thing ever. Because there's nothing like trying to look away from something and it's strapped to your face.
You can't get away.
It's like you close your eyes, you open it, it's still there, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Gaming arcades that do VR too. Like I want to hit. There's one up that just came out and that just opened up. I want to say Laurel. Everything's popping up in Laurel around here. Where they do like the zombies thing, but they give you like laser tag style. You get your VR headset, you get the body pads, you get the gun.
Yeah.
You run around.
You know what I really want to see? Because now that all these malls and shit are closing down, Amazon's taking over. Like, I want someone to go rent out or buy a abandoned mall and just VR map that whole mall, and then give everyone VR headsets and guns and make it a zombie game, and you just run around the mall with your VR headset on.
Yeah,
and
is
just
the technology good enough for that? Because I feel like you're gonna have a lot of kids running with the headset on and just straight into a wall.
No, they-
no. If you map the whole thing and they have the
Yeah.
cameras on now on the headsets, I think
So with Oculus now, so it's as easy as inside the helmet there's a camera
Okay.
and it just projects what you're seeing.
yeah.
All right, so it's
Yeah.
not like I'm like
That's-
2
no,
feet
you're not
behind,
blind.
and then you got some kids
No.
screaming, "Oh my god, zombie!" right into the post.
Nah,
or something.
as long as you got your front vision going, you can still see. Yeah,
Okay.
they fixed that issue. That was an easy
Even on
fix.
the PSVR too, they have it to where if you're in the room, the camera's on the outside, set up a little parameter, and you can actually change the viewing mode to view what's happening in the room,
Okay.
or view the game.
If Tesla can do it with their cars, they can do it with a headset.
Okay, yeah, all right, that's a
But
good
they
point.
need-
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like pad up a whole. It should still have padding across
yeah,
the whole mall.
definitely. You don't wanna-
Yeah, so you need padding on the
You're
walls.
gonna get someone like some kid that's like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
And then,
It would be a good workout, especially if they put in like boss monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to work that shit. We might have to make that happen before somebody else takes your idea. That's some good shit.
You need a horde mode in a mall.
Yeah.
With a ton of
Yeah,
zombies.
it's a big ass space. That'd be crazy. You just sit it on top of the computer, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. That should be fun. Okay. Yeah, that'd be a good ass idea.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the future of VR tech like that because that's badass. Like paintball is fun, but
VR gaming, and then the other good thing is you could actually make the environment look however the fuck you want to make the environment.
Change
If
it
you want
up.
that mall to be a spaceship now, you just hit spaceship mode. Bam! Now you're doing hordes aliens.
Yeah,
You're doing it looks like a ship now.
in space.
Yeah. And you just
That's,
change it.
that's the tech I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be dope.
I feel like that's a lot of like a genre that we never really touched as like a community in video games. It's like space. Like we did. No, but I'm just saying like aliens and stuff of that nature. Like we did touch space, but not to the extent that we could. You know what I mean?
I played Mass Effect for 3 years.
Like, all right, Mass Effect.
That's
But I'm
Halo
just saying, like,
was
everything's
still a
like
space
zombies.
I love Dead Space.
I played Dead Space, so I'll take that back.
Fucking Dead Space. You should get you playing Dead Space. Dead Space is amazing. They just
like,
remastered that thing.
Yeah.
Horror space shooter, that one does it the best.
Because like for space games, I never played a space game that I was just like, all right, I gotta get the next one, or like, really drew me into it.
I feel
I feel like
that.
there was like a lot of like missing, you know.
I feel like Mass Effect is one of those where
I hate Mass Effect.
really
I got
character
bored.
customization.
Yeah, I played it and I got bored.
Really?
Nope.
I'm a story buff, so I don't know. Man.
Yeah, when the story's good.
Yeah.
No.
Fair. A little choose your own. Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought people played it for alien sex. It's literally what I thought.
That's yeah. You want to
Like-
the
like-
blue girl? Yeah.
Whenever I would talk to anybody about Mass Effect, that was the first thing they'd bring up.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Hey, a selling point's a selling point. You gotta work with what you got.
Yeah, but you can see blue titties. Oh well, that's I can go on any website.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna blow up, especially now with real space getting closer to reality.
Yeah.
What do you want it to look like?
Yeah, your idea of a space game.
My idea would be like a mixture of Fallout and Skyrim, like some type of Bethesda, like, you know, solar system adventure thing. Not on the scale of like No Man's Sky where it's just like bland, but I'm saying like you got like 3 planets and you can like really go deep inside like the, you know, the lore, the idea, stuff of that nature.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sounds like you need to play more original Destiny.
Destiny.
Probably, yeah.
That sounds like Destiny. That
Pretty
sounds like
much,
Destiny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not with as much with the survival mechanics, because Fallout and like Skyrim, all that they are. That
Yeah, you had to
is-
like scavenge and
That
grab.
is literal
stuff like that.
scavenging
Yeah.
scraps and bottle caps. But Destiny is definitely up there in terms of space shooting. You got your planet, you got your different species, you got your
The moon had like the hive. The Mars had the cabal.
yeah, you had your enemy factions.
The other one had the Vex. Like
Yeah.
the different styles of enemies for the different planets, and it went into the lore of each one.
Yeah.
But you might actually.
They're kings and queens and
Yeah.
bosses. It was. I mean,
It was all
their
good.
only bad part was Activision got a hold of it and said, "We're gonna move all this story stuff to a mobile app you can like read on." And I was just, I can't even have somebody read it to me like for real. Like, all right, you know, I got a short attention.
They're like, we're gonna rip out
playing
the.
video games.
They were like, we're gonna rip out the whole story
Oh no.
and then
It's like
move to an app.
it would have been an epic. It's one of the most popular games, but it would have been an epic if they included all the story beats. Like that is the most disappointing thing about what Destiny could have been is it could have been amazing. It's like if they just included that stuff, which is just super sad.
But I did like in Destiny 1, they made it to where there was no matchmaking for raids, which then brought back that whole sense of community.
You had to find somebody.
You had to be on the forums, you had to group up, and you had to find 5 other people to do a raid with,
And you had to cooperate.
and you had to cooperate. Like what was it? That first raid, what was it called? The Temple of the
Temple.
Glass or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Vault of
remember.
Glass.
What was I remember Atheon was the boss.
Yeah. And then it
Vault
was
of Glass,
like
yep,
the
yeah.
Vault of Glass. Then there was like some of y'all had to get teleported. 3 of y'all got teleported back in the past.
Yeah.
And then like y'all had to like shoot the guy in the past while the other team was in the present, but the guy was invincible in the present
Mechanic, until they did something.
until they did something in the past to like.
Destiny raids were unmatched in
Yeah.
mechanics.
Yeah.
They were
remember
dope
that.
as fuck.
Yeah.
It was you could go to the past, and I think somebody go to the past, damage them in the past, and then the people in the future had to also damage them. Then you had this guys had to come back together
At the same time, and like
to
fucking,
do damage.
and it was like they never told y'all how to do any of these
You had to
things.
figure that shit out.
So you had to. Everyone was on the forums like, how the fuck do you beat this boss?
No instructions.
How do you beat this boss?
That was the smartest thing they could have
Yeah.
done. It was.
It kept the community alive. Then they had the the Gallahorn rocket launcher for Crota. That was like,
You had to have a certain exotic to clear some of those guys.
yeah, they were like,
Bungie, what did y'all do?
yeah, why'd you let Activision fucking?
Well, I tried to download that on my computer so that my graphics card ain't good enough.
Oh, for Destiny?
Destiny 2. I try to get on my external hard drive. I gotta try to put on my main one, but I was trying to download that one again.
I definitely think, hey, we need to all jump on, stream a game of Destiny 2. Because you can still do the strikes. You need to
Just
jump
not
on.
the Lightfall strikes.
Yeah, we can't do any of the strikes from the new expansion. And that's the other thing. Now they made it to where you have to buy each expansion.
Okay.
And the
Classic.
expansions are now like
MMO.
$30, $40.
So
Are
it's
they
a new
still
game.
that much?
Yeah.
All the expansions, $30, $40 each.
Damn.
Yep, and now there's like 5 of them. So like,
Can you just buy the newest one? You get caught
No.
all up?
no, the
There's
newest,
no, like,
What are y'all
this-
doing?
the newest one, the
How do you
newest
keep
one
a
is
player
50,
base?
The newest one's $50.
Jesus
The one before that is like 40. The one before that's 30. The one before that's 20.
Yeah.
And the other one's 20. You don't need them all.
That, I'd rather do a subscription. Like that's where Final Fantasy is good because like I just worry about $7 every month. Y'all can trickle that shit in.
You don't need to get them all though. You
don't.
only need if you get the old ones, you get access to the weapons that were released in those expansions. And that's where you kind of want it because the exotic weapons from those old expansions.
Yeah, you still gotta fight for them though, right? Still gotta fight the raids to get those drops.
Yeah, but it won't even load into your game
If you don't have
the
it.
expansion. So I bought my favorite gun in the game was the Bad Juju, and that one's effect was it had the string of curses.
Yeah.
Where you would shoot someone, and if you killed it, it would automatically reload your magazine, and you would get a damage boost.
Yeah.
And then in PvP, if there was like a squad of 4, you kill one,
Light them up.
and then
Light
get
'em
more ammo. You kill another one, damage boost, another damage boost. You're on like a 6-kill streak.
Yeah. That's
Just-
the PvP was great.
It was
what
great.
what was the shotgun primary exotic? The shotgun exotic?
I remember
What was
there was a Fellwinter, which everyone was really about.
That one was nice.
But that was
That's
a-
what I'm talking
that was a
about.
purple.
It was a like Vex weapon.
Oh,
I'll find it.
yeah.
That was my favorite. Running 2 shotguns back in the glory days of Destiny.
I had another gun. It was called the Monte Carlo.
I
And
remember
when you
that
got
one.
a kill, it gave you another melee. Because in Destiny you have the melee skill. And I had the Warlock, and my melee would be if you get a kill with it, it gives you an overshield, an additional overshield. So then it was like Monte Carlo, get a kill, melee, overshield, get another kill, melee, overshield, and it would just keep respawning my overshields instantly. So it was cool to be able to pick a weapon for your playstyle and really customize it.
Back
But-
in the Destiny days.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore for games. I'm not liking the Overwatch kind of games where you pick a character type
Yeah.
and you zip across the map.
And
And
you just do the character customization that you got in Destiny was
it was like an
you can
MMO.
make your hero. Yeah. That's unmatched.
Notice how MMOs disappeared.
They've I mean they're still the fighters. Guild Wars 2 tries to stay alive and Final Fantasy 14.
Guild War 2 is over like 10 years old now. It's like
it's old as hell. I played that back in college. Like that was as old as hell.
World of Warcraft is still around, but they have their
There's so much now.
their vanilla now. They remade it.
So then when you split your communities between like the people that like the new one and want to go to the old one, it's like what are you doing? So yeah, MMOs I feel like the shared world version of gaming is going to be easier for people to just get a hold of. I mean,
It's the fact that kids don't want to grind anymore for anything.
Oh my gosh, RuneScape. I used to grind on RuneScape.
yeah.
Oof. Level 100 on everything.
Yeah, back when you had the time to just sit there and just
Grind.
just grind.
Oh, just click the tree. Click the
Yeah,
tree. Click the tree.
that was
you
the
know?
game.
I will say though, a lot of these battle royale games, their battle passes or whatever, you got to grind.
Yeah,
Like they're very much like you start off level 1
yeah.
and you unlock stuff as you level up. To
The
like
whole
level
concept
60.
of a battle pass is kind of wild. I like MOBAs. MOBAs like League of Legends. I mean, Overwatch is a MOBA. I didn't fall for. I didn't like that one. Me and moral support play like Pokemon Unite, and it's like 10 minutes, you get your Pokemon, you fight, and you
change
do
your
thing.
level up to a Gengar. And
It's cool if you only got 10 minutes.
I know that's where gaming is going. And what's Pokemon Unite? What is it on?
It's Switch. Mobile.
It's
Switch
on
mobile.
cell phones. See.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's where it's going. If they can keep it good, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. The cell phones is gonna be the largest amount of people accessible, right? They got over 10 million downloads. They don't need no console.
I feel like in the future, people aren't gonna buy cell phones anymore. They're gonna lease them.
Really?
Yeah, so like iPhone Forever plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those things are like phones are $1,000, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what bugs that are trying to invade your home, but they are trying.
I mean, do you not see my beautiful tree out there?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. And that was a bee that just smacked the window. Yeah.
But
it's drunk on all that beautiful tree out there.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, don't even care where it's going. So speaking of MOBAs, Paragon has now been revived, and I
remember that game when you were really hyped about it.
I loved it. It was cool. It took the MOBA aspect, made it 3D. They had interesting characters, like different species and stuff. And
I didn't get into it.
Team fights. It's been revived by an indie studio, and now it's super ironic. Epic has backed them. Epic and Netmarble has backed them. So now they're ramping back up. So I'm probably gonna try getting back into that soon. I feel like the closer gaming gets to I feel like the perfect kind of game would be like a VR MOBA, right? That actually is immersive and you get all those.
Is it a first person MOBA?
You get moral support? No, it'd be third person. It's third person right now. But I'm saying like if you get to like a first person MOBA, that would be like the highest quality of like, can you imagine like, because then you have the immersiveness of you're playing. I mean, you're probably gonna be yourself as far as customization, I imagine, and then you have team-based objectives. You have your solid core group of people. That's one thing MOBAs. If you want to be good, you gotta have a good team. Like that's one thing that's good about them. You gotta have your solid.
Yeah, I mean it's a strategy game. Yeah.
Yeah, while also being like hyper competitive. So that's what a genre I hope like starts excelling.
Yeah, I like this reaction. When I play games, I don't want to think. I want to sit there and I just want to react. A light flashes on the screen. I just want to notice it and shoot in that direction. Like
nice and easy.
Yeah. And are you the same way, right? It's just like I just want to react. I play games to not think anymore. And so MOBAs for me, I mean. Some of them are all right when I'm in that mode, but most of the time after work, no, I just want to watch pretty things on the screen as I react to pretty things on the screen.
I feel you. Mm-hmm. Yo, that's where that was that one VR game, Beat Saber.
That game is fun.
That game is fun as hell. And then they have a similar one that's that's on my list of things in the Oculus right now. I don't think.
Did you play the anime one?
Anime Beat Saber?
Like on the Oculus, there's like a free download for a game. Mm. It's like you're like some idol on the stage, or there's an idol anime little person idol. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you gotta like do your hands to the.
Oh, it's like a dance game.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that one.
It's like Beat Saber though because you have to hit the.
Oh, you have to hit them with the rhythm. Yeah, stuff like that. I feel like it's gonna go crazy. Like it's a real life workout, and you get the.
I mean, it's Guitar Hero.
Exactly, and I'm sad that Guitar Hero stopped doing their thing because that would have been.
I actually tried to buy one the other day. A Rock Band kit because you can still get Rock Band 4 on PS5 and PS4,
but they stopped making the controllers.
Yeah, they're like $700 to $1,000 now for the whole kit.
Wow.
Yeah.
For some fake instruments, for some controllers.
But like that is like the party game. You're having like people over your house.
Yo,
it's karaoke, but you're
playing. I mean, it is karaoke, right?
Yeah,
karaoke. I was playing back in freaking high school. All the neighborhood kids would come over. We'd play Rock Band, and then sometimes my mom would join it.
Yeah,
and she'd be on the drums. Like it was the ultimate party game. Everybody had a fun ass time, and even if you didn't, love the instrument you on. You learn how to play it. No matter
You
what.
put it on easy, and you only had to hit the drum 3 times, and that was it, the whole song. But you were still a part of the band.
Yeah, until you can level up and can go harder. Yo, that was the glory days of game. Yeah, they need to bring that back. That shit was too good.
I'm like, they should. I think at least one every generation of consoles. Like,
Yeah, just keeping it alive, and then you also teach people how to play instruments. Like
it got people into instruments. I had friends that played the drums on Rock Band, and then
legit,
they actually they like went and bought drum sets
they could play the
and could play the drums because it actually taught them how to play the drums.
Yeah, we need that. We need that back so bad.
They tried the Aerosmith guitar thing where it was like you actually gave you a real guitar with it. That was a little harder because they actually was trying to teach you how to play the guitar. But
and that's high level.
That makes sense.
All right, we got anything else? I got we got our favorite anime characters.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you think about yours?
my favorite anime character of all time.
You didn't think about her. Well, you think I'm gonna go over mine. So I have 3 because I couldn't pick one.
Okay, so you're cheating
No,
already.
I couldn't pick one. Hold on. So I put characters plural for a reason. But I got a Black Star and Kalik Lunge from Soul Eater.
Okay.
They were both all about that life, and Kalik was like the first nigga I had seen in anime, so he's got to be up there. And then Bond from Seven Deadly Sins because he was just
Really?
I like that character. He was fun for me. That's gonna be my 3.
I'd say one of mine would probably be probably a lot of people don't know him, but Korono or Kai from Gantz, main dude in Gantz.
With not the original main dude, the second main dude.
No, the original main
original
dude.
main dude.
Yeah,
I can see that. He was definitely interesting.
yeah, and then like because the show is short, but the manga goes really
The
deep,
manga's
and then
intense.
he's just fucking bitches, man. He's just
Yeah.
fucking bitches and killing people. And then he ends up getting with this like celebrity idol girl, and then he's like fucking her, and then he's like killing all these people, and he goes back and fucks his hot girlfriend, and he's like, I'm the man, and he just saves the world. It's just like this dude.
He goes through some things.
Yeah. Then he dies, and he saves his friend, and friend dies, and everyone's dying, and then they're just bringing each other back.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Gantz was epic. That was one of those.
it went on for like 15 years, and then it ended abruptly, but really good,
Really good ending. It was solid.
Terrible ending actually. Terrible.
No, you didn't like it? I thought it
Terrible
was a
ending.
conclusion to what the fuck was going on.
It was like they did all this build up, and then they were like, "We have one book left. We're gonna try to summarize everything in one book
I feel that.
of like 5 chapters," and it was like, "No, you had all this open ended shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your budget got cut, and everyone was like, we gotta close it."
We gotta end it here.
Yeah.
We can't keep going.
So I'd say Hay is probably mine, and then I really do like it's a secondary Lelouch again, Code Geass.
Yeah.
He was really smart, and he just took over the world with his brain and his mind control.
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah, probably some of mine. What about you?
I think Raichu was the
Raichu?
best, anime
Yeah.
character.
Wait,
Maybe
who-
Charizard. I mean, I don't know. You got Bulbasaur too.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you said you knew the first 150 Pokemon. You showing it.
One Punch.
One Punch.
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man, Saitama?
I saw the.
You weren't a Dragon Ball Z fan?
Nah, man.
I honestly thought you were going to go Dragon Ball Z.
Never. I saw Dragon Ball Z maybe the first season, like
feel
the
that.
original.
What did you watch
Dragon
as a
Ball.
kid?
Yeah.
What did I watch as a kid?
Yeah.
Like American cartoons, like Dexter.
What's your favorite American cartoon, then?
Favorite American cartoon now, or like when I was a kid?
Any order.
All right, as a kid, my favorite was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You actually like that show?
Dude, that thing used to freak me out as a kid.
Yeah, but I didn't think people like. I'm like, you actually enjoyed it.
Oh, dude, it used to freak me out, and I enjoyed it. I don't know why. I was just like, yo,
One of
return
those
the slab,
things.
man. Come on, return the slab.
I don't know what the fuck they were on for that episode. Return the Slab was wild.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to
Show was
traumatize children so early?
Dude, the music and everything, like, traumatized.
You had some weird cartoons growing up. Gumby was weird. Like, do you remember Gumby?
Yeah, I don't even know what that was. It wasn't about anything. It was just claymation craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did people die in that? Or
No.
like get cut up?
It was just
Much
weird.
like
It was just a weird show. We just had weird things.
Yeah.
Things just happened on the TV.
Yeah.
And no one questioned it.
What about now? Favorite cartoon
Now, say like Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's up
Definitely enjoy
there.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I gotta say that all the adult raunchy stuff, like Big Mouth, Rick and Morty, all that shit is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, for
That's
sure,
good.
for sure.
I think mine would be like, I think Ben 10 was the dopest like action cartoon we got. Like,
You didn't think what was that show around the time of Ben 10? It was what's it called? Like
he had like metallic powers.
it was like Transformers, but like they came from space, and it was like the head was a car.
Oh, Megas XLR?
Mega Sexo.
Yeah, dude, that was my show back then.
Megas
Like, at the
was
same
dope.
time, yeah, dude.
No, that was way before Ben 10.
Really? I thought
Yeah,
it
that
the
was
same
like
time
that was like
Yeah, that was way before Ben 10.
10
Really?
years before Ben 10. Maybe
my,
like
my
6
time
or
is
7.
my time's off or
It's
something.
all good. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megas was dope. No, that's a good one. Megas was dope as hell.
PlayStation 2 controller.
Yeah, no, he was. That was
Yeah,
one
he
of the
modded
good
his
ones.
own giant robot.
Yeah, he was legit. Like first like nerd engineer, first like mech cartoon we got for real.
It was like I found a giant robot. It's missing the head. I know how to make cars and work on cars. So I'm gonna make this a truck robot thing.
Just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Mine would probably be American cartoon. It's really hard because I like so many. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, everybody knows was like
Avatar. Yeah.
that. I did like shows like Kim Possible and shit. I would watch that.
Possible was cool.
Yeah, I watched that a lot.
Totally Spies.
Yeah, like all those like I can't say any one of them is like better than the other because they all kind of felt the same.
That's fair.
But I like that feeling of those shows
They were dope.
they brought.
Best 90s like cartoon.
Tracking down the 90s. I mean, but it had to come out before 2000.
Yeah.
Damn.
American
Do I even-
cartoon.
Can I even?
No anime. American cartoons like stuff we watched as a kid.
I mean, Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Okay.
I hate that show.
That's so great.
I liked it, but it's just there were certain shows that I watched too much of that when I think back, I just remember sitting in a dark room.
Just
My
watch
parents
it.
were like, "Here's a TV,
Yeah.
watch it. Don't bother me."
Yeah, I feel that.
I agree.
feel that.
Scooby Doo was one of those too.
Scooby-Doo,
It just
yeah.
played on rerun all the time.
Yeah.
Hey Arnold was one of my top ones. Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff
Powerpuff
Girls.
Girls, yeah.
They had their.
I had a crush on As Told by Ginger. That chick.
That's a deep cut. Yo, all
Yeah.
the homies from Recess.
Oh yeah,
Remember
Recess
those?
was a good
Recess
show.
was
Recess, and then what was the one?
I'd have to say Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door.
yeah.
Yeah,
Kids
that
Next
was,
Door was savage.
that was Cartoon Network in their prime, man.
They were like, "Bra, battle ready armor."
Yeah.
Those the Rainbow Monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their. They
The
had
song,
their.
I still remember that song. Oh my gosh.
Fucking Kids Next Door. Oh, they were the ghosts.
Yeah, Kids Next Door would be up there.
You guys ever watch? Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say Grim Adventures of Billy
I
and
was
Mandy.
just about to say.
You're about to
Just
say-
Bill and Mandy, yeah. That was one of those.
Another one
Again,
of
they
those.
weren't doing nothing, but it was just enjoyable
Weird,
to watch.
weird as fuck.
Yeah.
That show creeped me out more than Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Really?
Because I feel like Courage the Cowardly Dog, I knew what was coming for me, but then like Billy and
Courage was
Mandy were
weird.
just like
Courage couldn't
Out
speak.
there.
How did they get? He had a talking computer.
Yeah.
That's how stuff got across.
oh yeah,
And he would
No,
go,
they would-
doobity dubby doobity dubby.
Yeah, and then somebody else would interpret it for him. I was like, wait, how did we understand that little dog? He couldn't even talk. Yeah, but Grim Adventures, like, there's so much about that show that was just absolutely wild.
oh
Like,
yeah,
how Mandy was just like a literal demon, and
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
and Billy was insane.
I think the one that like made me uncomfortable was when like Billy turns into the spider, or like gets
Oh, God.
impregnated
I
by the
remember
spider
that,
or
yeah.
something. I was just
He's
like,
like
yeah, no, I'm not
spider
watching.
baby.
See,
this
but I
show.
think that's when cartoons started to go like really weird, and they started to do a lot of that gumball, flapjack,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
that.
it
That's
just-
when they started to get weird.
Yeah, just weird ideas and just going crazy. I don't know what, who approved of Flapjack. Like it was like a little kid with an old, like he was a drunk, but it was off candy, so everything was okay. It's like you place all that with just actual drugs, and it's like an awful show. They live inside of a whale. Like, what is happening? Like, how did parents okay with this?
Yeah. And one dude had the candy wife, and he was like,
The doctor was banging a candy wife. Like, everybody's okay with this? Everybody's chilling? Like, what is actually going on?
yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch Johnny Bravo growing up.
Really?
Yeah, my mom was like, that show's terrible to women and all that stuff. I'm like, my dad's like, nah, it's great. We're going to watch it.
Yeah. That's great.
I mean, yeah, Johnny Bravo was another, I don't want to call it good, but it was, I mean, just.
Yeah, it was just a show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or,
this
Cow
time.
and Chicken.
Oh, Samurai Jack.
Oh, Samurai
Fire.
Jack.
Yeah.
I forgot about Samurai Jack.
Oh, someone said I love As Told by Ginger. Look at that.
Yeah, the guy
That's told by Ginger.
Yeah.
going through. Samurai Jack was one of those, like, I feel like it was one of those, the first cartoons that sent you on an adventure. Like, really, he gets, like, separated and thrown through time and all that. And they really explore, like, different, like, time periods and stuff. That's the first cartoon I can think of where they, like, actually put this, like, old Sam. He had to actually, like, change and grow through all that, through all those adventures and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was good.
So-
Really good storytelling.
I saw a post and they were like, based off of the channel you watch, determined your personality as an adult. Like if you were a Nickelodeon person, you had like one personality type. Like the Disney people are very live in a fantasy world of like what they want, and they have that Disney
That's
kind of
interesting.
personality. The Cartoon Network kids were like the wild cards. They're like they're either really cool and like or really weird.
Yeah, really crazy.
Yeah.
They do some wild shit.
Yeah.
Those are the kids that are like jumping off of stuff.
Yeah. So what's everyone's favorite
Channel.
channel? Yeah. Mine's Cartoon Network. I was a
Cartoon
Cartoon Network kid.
Nickelodeon, man. I used to watch Rugrats, all that stuff on there. Nonstop.
I like View though. That like go to would always be Cartoon Network. They were the goats. I think it's because Disney and Nickelodeon did like people channels.
Yeah, Real People.
Yeah.
And Cartoon Network tried that, and then they learned very quickly that they should not.
Yeah, seeing Real was the dumbest idea.
It was awful.
They did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know they did like
They had like 3 shows that were real
that.
awful.
Sounds uncomfortable.
awful.
I know they did like Junior in the mornings because like I used to watch like Cartoon Network as a
Thinking
kid.
of
and it was just,
Disney
like-
or
no, they were trying to do like Cartoon Network for like kids, like really young kids. And they were like kind of like terrible kids shows, and it
They-
lasted for I think a year.
Yeah, they did the whole Cartoon Network go out and play.
yeah.
And then they had like the guys that would just do dumbass skateboarding and shit all the
They
time.
tried to do like a Jackass version
Yeah,
for kids.
for kids.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember what the heck it was called, but no, it wasn't good. Yeah, Nickelodeon always their shows. They may probably because they already had people's shows going on for so long. They did those were fun.
Yeah.
The Nick and Disney. I mean Disney of course, but yeah, Cartoon Network just couldn't. Well, yeah, still Cartoon Network.
They need to bring back Disney original movies, like the ones that we had as a kid.
Yeah, like Camp Rock.
Camp Rock, like the Halloween Town.
Halloween Town was my shit.
I love
Halloween
Halloween
Town.
Town. What was the one with the superhero family where the son couldn't get his superhero?
Oh, Sky High?
Sky
No,
High.
not Sky High. Not that one. It was like, what was the superpowers? Like one was like electricity. The dad was like super strength or something. This was like early 2000s.
You're not talking about Incredibles.
Not Incredibles. Oh man, it was a live like action one.
I don't know. I can only think of Sky High.
I gotta look this up.
Get you
Yeah.
Yeah. Sky High was dope.
That was Sky High was like My Hero before My Hero.
literally.
Like when My Hero came out and people were all hyped about it, I was like, you mean Sky High?
Sky High with extra steps. Dang, what other superhero shows were out there? Like
Yeah, with
that?
live action. I don't know.
I love Static Shock. I
Static
used to
Shock.
watch that every day before school.
Yeah, Static Shock was like the greatest. Still, I think one of the greatest. X-Men.
Before school, I watched Power Rangers Ninja Storm.
Up and Away.
Power Rangers.
Ever seen Up and Away?
Is
you
that
see it?
not Sky High?
No.
I remember the
Up
plot,
Away
and
is,
I'm thinking it's Sky High.
I forgot their superpowers, but like he didn't.
Oh,
have
it's the
superpowers.
family. Oh,
the family one.
okay.
Yeah, no, I did
It's
not
not
watch
a
it.
family. Like everyone goes to Incredibles.
No, I remember that movie because I remember him. The scene, the like only scene I remember is like he was like I think it was the dad like catches the bullets that somebody shoots
Yeah,
into a
that's what I
crowd.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
haven't seen it.
Classic, like
No, just,
one of
that's
the
like
first-
the classics is what I'm talking
yeah, first like black superhero movies other than like Shaft.
I saw Spawn.
Oh yeah,
that was a black superhero. I saw Blade.
Blade's up there. They're bringing him back.
Yeah.
With Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, no, not with
no.
Wesley
He's
Snipes.
not allowed back in this country. All his taxes he evaded.
They wish they could get him back. That go crazy.
Oh my
Nah, they're
gosh.
bringing Blade back. I forget the dude's name, but I'll probably throw a clip of him in there if I remember to do that. We've gone for a good bit.
Yeah, it's been over an hour.
Yeah. Do we any final thoughts, final questions, moral support? You got anything for us?
No, just sign out.
All right, yeah, we talked about a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was
Yeah,
fun.
this was real good. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Our first guest, episode
Yeah, it's
5.
fun. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to be on the podcast, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was great to hear about you coming back from Israel. And got to make sure to keep telling us more. We're trying to get out and travel more.
Absolutely.
we gotta go to Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand trip, Thailand vlog.
Yeah. But all right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, so this has been the Galactic Disconnect podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Follow us on Instagram. I am at Galaxy Blades.
He disconnected.
You got Instagram?
Yeah.
Shout that shit out, fam.
Ooh.
Come on.
Ari Cooper, 28.
Hey, and shout out to moral support, Cosmic B T
Cosmic Butterfly, don't forget the 2.
Cosmic Butterfly. Don't forget the 2. You do it better than I do. And this has been us. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Screen.
Woo.